You know, good for her, all right? She's not giving you a remix. She's not giving you a reboot. She's like, it's perfect. Enjoy it. People need to do that. Movies need to do that. TV shows need to do that. It's perfect. Let it cook.
All right, team. So they are all Taylor's versions now. Taylor Swift has bought her masters back. You know, after all the re-records, Billboard were the people that reported she spent around $360 million to get it all back. How we feeling?
I mean, that's pocket change for her.
I mean, as a billionaire, you're not
Pocket
wrong.
change, but I think it's like, you know, it's substantial because like not all artists own their masters, and now she does, and this has been something that she has been trying to do, and she has like set out. She said when she started her Taylor version, this was like something she set out to do, and if she had the opportunity to buy them, she would.
I think it's a total boss move, you know, and it really tracks. Like here she is taking control of her art and her music. Like,
So she got was
two
kind of a
versions?
group project though, right?
But so she got the one she re-recorded, but then she got the originals now.
Now she owns the
So
originals
she
as
just
well.
got two sets of...
So
The same records.
She always owned her. So under her new record deal with Republic, she owned her albums. So Lover, Folklore, Evermore, Midnights, and Tortured Poets Department, and then all the Taylor's versions, she owns the rights to those. But her old ones with her old label, Big Machine Records, before they were bought out by UMG, she didn't own those. So now she owns them all. She owns all the music videos. All the, you know, stuff, all the movies, everything she's like spent her whole life creating.
Did she get like a refund though?
Well,
She spent a bunch of money to re-record those.
But
You
not
get that
only
money
did she
back?
spend a bunch of money to re-record them, I feel like it was kind of a group project of the fans also buying those records, the new records, supporting her re-records.
Yeah.
And then that money is probably what, and the Eras Tour obviously, has funded her being able to buy the records back.
I just want to know how much she's going to pay Kelly Clarkson for giving her the idea to re-record all of them.
Yeah,
She should at least go on their show and like do an interview.
I don't want to get the numbers messed up, but I will say I have seen a lot of people say online, like, she spent $360 million for the Masters when Shamrock, I think, spent a little less when they bought them. So they're like, how does she end up paying more? But what you do have to calculate in there is that those Masters have been owning money over the years that Shamrock and even when Scooter Braun had them.
Because people were using the old stuff in, say, like movie trailers and things like that. And so you would start to notice like her re-records would start popping up in new ones. Like you'd be like, oh, this is the first like re-record off of Reputation. And you would see it like in the
The
movie.
Handmaid's Tale was
that was
the new
Taylor's.
one?
Yeah, that was a new one, which is funny because she said that she didn't record too much of that album.
We're not getting it. That's the only one I
Well,
wanted.
we'll get to Reputation, but I wanted to see Gerard's opinion because I feel like he's kind of like learning about this situation.
I am, one, good for her, but two, I'm just like, you spent that money. I'm cheap, okay? I'm cheap. I don't have the millions, so like $5 is a lot. So she spent money to do it her way, her own way, but then bought it back. So what do you do with the? Do you merge it? Like how do you?
That's
now you
my
have these
question.
two-
What version are we supposed to listen to now?
You can listen to any of them
You
now.
can
She
listen to
making
any
money
of
off
them,
all of
and
them.
now the Swifties don't have to like shame you for
I feel
listening
like the
to
Swifties are
Taylor's
gonna be like
versions
Taylor
that are.
version.
I hope she
on
does
style.
release self-titled though,
Yeah.
because I was a big country Taylor fan,
Yeah,
like when it came out. So
Oh, yeah, let's talk about those. Yeah, because basically when she announced that she bought her masters, like there's two albums that she hadn't re-recorded and re-released that everybody's been waiting on, Reputation and Self-Titled. She has said in her letter that Self-Titled, she did finish re-recording it. And she said in her letter, she would be interested in maybe releasing it if it's something we wanted. Now that you can listen to original Self-Titled, no guilt,
Yeah.
do we need a new version, a re-recorded
I
version?
think it would be interesting because like when it was announced that she had bought back her masters, I was listening to like all her music, and I have like a Taylor Swift playlist of all her albums, and I was like some of the old Taylor songs came on there, and it was just interesting to hear like some of her old music and like some of the things that she was singing about, which was like she wrote these songs when she was like 15, 16, and she has songs that like talk about like how when she was 15 or 16 she didn't know like her place in the world or what was going to happen with her career or her future.
Here's a reason for the teardrops on my guitar.
And and now like a lot of that stuff she kind of knows now. She's
But I think
mature.
I would like to hear those songs from a more mature voice.
Yeah, and I
Same.
think like it'll sound like it'll probably sound like more different from any of the other albums because like she didn't really know like what was gonna happen like when she was recording that first album. And I also think like it would be nice for her to have like a moment in the sun. Like it didn't even get any play on the Eras tour. You know, she didn't really acknowledge it that much. She did like some of the surprise songs. But like it would be, and I think like country is doing so well and it's having like a moment, so I think like it would be nice for her to go back to her roots.
What do the tracks from self-titled sound like on tour? Like were they different?
Yeah, I mean,
She didn't do very many of
She
them.
did. I mean, there was one that she did, a Mary song, where she was singing about like 87 and 89, and she was like making kind of like a reference to Travis, which is like the line of the song is like, I'll be 87, you'll be 89, and she's talking about like this love story between her and this other guy that was in her neighborhood. And now like she was making like a reference to Travis because his number is 87. So it kind of like is like interesting to like that she can like interpret her older music in such like a different way, like because she's in like such a different part of her life.
But let's talk about being in a different part of her life because that's a great transition to talk about what everybody wants. Reputation. Reputation. People have wanted that re-release so badly that they have clowned themselves into several times thinking she was about to release it. And now we found out that she said in her letter, she only recorded half the album. She said she only recorded half of Reputation because she felt like she couldn't improve upon it or make it better.
You know what? Good for her, all right? She's not giving you a remix. She's not giving you a reboot. She's like, it's perfect. Enjoy it. People need to do that. Movies need to do that. TV shows need to do that. It's perfect.
alone.
Let it cook.
Well,
Yeah.
and the thing that she said was that she didn't want to go back to that part of her life. Like she didn't want to relive, you know, that time. She was also like in this relationship that ended up lasting like 6 years, and then they ended up breaking up. Like it was kind of like an interesting dichotomy that was happening.
To have to go and sing about your ex in the studio.
The thing about your ex that was very significant. Like Joe meant a lot to her, no matter what anybody out there says. And like they spent a lot of time together, especially because they were together during the pandemic, and they spent a lot of years together. And that's her longest relationship that she's ever had, you know, while she's been a celebrity. And you know, she was also like going through a lot of strife with Kanye, with Kim, and there was a lot of like drama happening at the same time publicly. So she was falling in love, and also like, you know, seemingly her career was, you know, in shambles at the
In
time.
shambles.
At the time, I mean,
As- Look back at history, she was killing it, but
yeah, yeah. I mean, people had to like kind of be there for the whole cancellation moment because it felt much bigger than it does now, which is like on top of the world, and it feels like no one can stop her. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm glad she's not re-recording it because I think like it would be hard for her to redo. And
But the good news is, she said we might get to see the vault tracks. There
Which
may be a
which
way
is more-
that we get the
which
vault
I'm more
tracks.
which I'm more excited about because Reputation is her only album that she doesn't have a deluxe for, so it has like less songs.
I kind of like that she does it. Like keep it like the album that it is, like succinct, and like I like that album probably the best. And so just now I can listen to it guilt free.